But is it worth it doing it in 2025 when you've got so much competition? I personally believe it's going to be a waste of time. But then at the same time, I also believe that you can also make it. What do you have more to offer for viewers to view you instead of the people who was already doing it and people who are also getting into it, like yourself? Content creation. Is fitness content creation still worth it in 2025? That's a good question. Now let's go back to when fitness content creation was actually a big thing. In fact, let's go back to when fitness content creation wasn't even a big thing. But back when there wasn't much competition at all, there was only just a few people doing it. I think this was back when I was a kid, actually. It was back when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, we've all done this. How to get abs quick. How to get six-pack quick. When you went on YouTube, there were still people on there making videos, right? But it wasn't as saturated. For example, every time I searched up something in regards to fitness, I always saw the same people. For example, we all know Athlete X. I always watched his videos. There was Simeon Panda. I was always watching him. There was also like Chris Hera and a few others. But long story short, it was always the same people that I was coming across every time I was looking for fitness related stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I believe that that was the period of time that it was the most worth it to actually get into the fitness industry and start making content around it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there wasn't much competition. It wasn't as saturated. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't so many people trying to get into it. Because let's be real, right? Let's be real. Back in the days, yeah, me as well, putting myself into the shoes, yeah, I would not look at someone on YouTube who doesn't have my dream physique and take their advice. In fact, people who didn't have their dream physique wouldn't even think twice about making a video to teach other people, right, on how to attain a good physique. However, right now we're living a day and age where people do not practice what they preach. What am I trying to say? They will come online, right, tell you do this, 5 sets of this, 5 sets of that, to try bring in some terminology like hypertrophy, supersets, giant sets, you know what I mean? To try confuse you, try to make it seem like they know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about, by the way, because clearly their physique doesn't show it. You get loads of people who will come, right, will come online and try preach, but clearly they're not practicing. And I think it's because this day and age, everyone just wants that clout, really. Everyone just wants that clout. They don't actually enjoy it. They don't really enjoy it like that. They're just seeing that other people have been successful at it, so they also wanna, you know what I'm saying, take that route. It's a bit like, is it copying? You could call it copying, but it's a bit like, yeah, it's copying, really. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's just trying to find the easy route to success.
Yeah, boy.
You get what I mean? They've seen that people have found the route to success through fitness, which is something that a lot of people enjoy doing, and it's not boring. So because someone's done it in that way, people are now also thinking, fuck it, if he's done it, I can do it. You know what I mean? And because it's worked out for so many people, everyone's like, nah, I'm gonna do it, and now everyone's jumping into it. You feel what I mean? Even people who don't know what they're talking about, people who clearly don't even work out like that, are also trying to get into it, which is now kind of like, it's getting too saturated. I mean, competition's too high. Do you get what I mean? Especially in 2025. when platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, you name it, Snapchat, all these, Facebook even these days, all these Twitter, X, all these places, yeah, have a bunch of fitness influencers who are just trying to influence people, and they're also trying to get that check. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Which is obviously not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing. Chase your dream. You know what I mean? Do what you enjoy. If you feel like you have the knowledge and the physicality to actually influence people in the right manner, where they're actually gonna look at you and be like, oh yes. If you feel like you can do that and you meet the criteria, then by all means do it. You know what I mean? By all means do it. But is it worth it doing it in 2025 when you've got so much competition? And like I've just been saying, you have people who literally don't know nothing about fitness like that. They don't know nothing. They don't have qualifications. They've not studied it. They've not even been training for long enough to even say like through experience. You know what I'm saying? They've not been training long enough. But they want to come online and try preach, try tell you do this, do that, do this many sets, do this many reps. Do you get what I mean? How are you now as a person who's actually got qualifications, who actually has the knowledge, right? And is actually determined about the sport or about or fitness influencer, right? How are you now gonna make yourself be seen when there's so much, you know what I'm saying, so much out there? Is it really worth it? Or is it gonna be a waste of time if you start it? I personally believe it's going to be a waste of time. But then at the same time, I also believe that you can also make it. I'm gonna make 2 points. So why do I think it's a waste of time? I believe it's a waste of time because the competition is so high to the point where how are viewers, especially on YouTube, definitely on YouTube because that's what I upload, how are people on YouTube, right? How are they gonna differentiate your content to another person's content, right? They're gonna be like, oh, he's just another person. Oh, he's another person on TikTok, or he's another person on, you know what I mean? How are they gonna trust you over next man, over the next person? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because right now on the internet, because there's been so many fitness influencers out there, there's people who have their specific influences that they go to find specific answers when it comes to fitness. Do you get what I'm trying to say? For example, me, if I'm looking for muscle growth or for bodybuilding tips, I go to my specific influencer on YouTube to watch, right? And I'm sure other people also have that. But now, because it's so saturated, and you are now only getting into it, what do you have more to offer for viewers to view you instead of the people who was already doing it and people who are also getting into it, like yourself? Do you get what I'm saying? And myself. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you look at it that way, it seems like it could be a waste of time because, you know, you're not going to succeed. You are not going to be seen. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But then you could also argue and be like, oh, I could do this different. You could do like, not market research, but video trend research and be like, yo, what's trending right now? You could be like, what's every fitness influencer not doing that I could do? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you could do the research to find gaps in the market, and then hopefully you could potentially find your own set of viewers. That could be a way around it. Or you could do the technique that a lot of people say, look for what's working for other influencers and then, you know, copy it and see if it will also work out for you. But then if you do that, there's the argument of, why should the viewers view you instead of someone else who's being successful at it? Why should they view yours? If you're doing the exact same thing, why the hell should the viewers view yours? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like the whole fitness thing in 2025. It's a hot topic actually. I'm surprised not many people are talking about this. It's a hot topic. I've been uploading for at least about going to 3 years actually. I think I uploaded my first video in 2022 or 2023, one of them two. I don't remember. But I started uploading on YouTube. In fact, my first proper video was on YouTube. And my other fitness videos was on like platforms like Instagram and Snapchat, but that's minor. But my main reason for uploading on YouTube is because I want to address something that I've seen some people address recently, but I want to show people how I've changed my physique from having something into making it seem like I don't have that something anymore. Do you get what I mean? That's something I'm talking about. I'm gonna make a video around it, but I'm gonna tell you, you guys are most likely heard of it as well, but it's called gyno. Do your research on that. So I grew up with that. I grew up my early teens, all that, with that, and that was my biggest insecurity. The whole reason me starting my fitness journey was mainly because of that, to tackle that insecurity. And I'm so happy and blessed that I've been able to tackle that insecurity. And now I'm pretty much nearly have my dream physique. Obviously, I'm never going to be content with my physique, because as bodybuilders or anyone who does fitness, we all know that there's no such thing as a, you have a dream physique, but there's no such thing as being satisfied with your physique. It's impossible, you know what I'm saying? So then back to the topic of discussion. Is it worth it in 2025? I'd say yes. I would actually argue and say yes. Oh shit. What's going on over there? I am not sure what happened over there, but I'm gonna just mind my business. Like I would say, it's best to have a specific niche, a specific group of people that you're targeting, so you can actually get a following that actually understands you, a following that's actually going to be loyal to you. You need a loyal following. So if you can really teach and impact viewers that you're specifically trying to attract, you are most likely gonna get a lot more followers, subscribers, likes, everything, you know what I'm saying, views. You can be successful that way. But if you're doing generic content, telling if you want a wide back, do this. If you want a six pack in 6 days, whatever, if you want six pack in a week, do this. Everyone's doing that. I do believe it's a waste of time if you do not have the physique to back what you're trying to say. I do believe it's a waste of time if you also don't have any sort of, like, let's say, you don't need qualification, but at least you gotta at least have some sort of knowledge. Do you get what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're at least talking about. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of people who come online with so much misinformation. They come online with so much, it's either lies or literally just lack of knowledge. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They either lying, they even trying to sell you products by lying to you, saying did this, did that, right? Or just lack of knowledge. So it can be a waste of time if you approach it in a unethical manner, but it can be extremely profiting and success in your journey if, like I said, you target a specific group of people. Like I'm currently trying to do, really. But I've not been able to do so just yet because I've got a few things to achieve, got a few goals I want to achieve before I start uploading videos in regards to that, to my niche I want to attract, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion. And I also want to know what do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my point of view, you know what I'm saying? And I thought this discussion, actually, I'm surprised no one was really talking about it. You know, people like to do podcasts and that nowadays. I'm surprised no one's really talking about this fitness industry thing, if it's still worth it to start. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth it to start? Or do you think, nah, allow it, it's too saturated, too much competition, no point, no one's actually going to take me seriously, this, that, you get what I mean? But yeah, man. In fact, for those who don't know me, I'm Dabs, M.O.B, you know what I'm saying? So, like, comment, you know, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate every single like, every single subscriber. Yeah, man. This is actually my first discussion video, and I'm planning on doing a lot more of these. I'm trying to get a lot of my friends involved in discussions like these as well, because a lot of my guys are intellectual, just like myself. So I would like to, you know, do a lot more videos like these where we can share our thoughts and also discuss with you guys as viewers, and also would love you guys to also, you know, interact with the video and also drop your comments. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That's me done.